Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is actually a part 2 to my dating after heartbreak video. If you have not watched part 1, I highly recommend you go and watch part 1 first. I will link it here and I will link it down below for you. But this is part 2 and I'm hoping it's a little bit more lighthearted. We're gonna dive in more into my current relationship and like move the dating along, because the first video was a lot more about the beginning stages and how to meet people and all of that good stuff. But if you have not watched it, go watch part 1 first. But we are going to dive right into part 2 right now.
You're gone now. Will you call me back? Yeah, I know that.
You know what, I guess we'll start here. How did you meet someone during a pandemic? Where to go to meet people? All right, so I already addressed on where and how to meet people during these trying times in part 1, so I'm not gonna go over that again. But so I did try the whole dating apps thing, and I've also met people on Instagram. But ultimately, the way that I met my boyfriend, Randy, is through a mutual friend. So we had a mutual friend that thought we would be a good match and introduced us. And that's kind of how we met. We talked for the first time. We were texting at first, and then we had a little FaceTime day, and then the FaceTime day led to an actual in-person date. And that's pretty much how we ended up meeting. And it almost didn't even happen because I was very apprehensive to date or like even pay any attention to someone that somebody else that I knew. Like, I didn't want things to be complicated because at that time I didn't think I wanted to date to be in a relationship. I was kind of just dating for fun, so I didn't want to waste anyone's time. But I'm really glad that I did end up giving him my number because we're together now and he's the best thing ever. How does your new boyfriend feel that you were engaged? How did you tell him? Because I do YouTube, people are gonna know way more about me than like the average person. I feel like anyone who's interested in dating me and they find my Instagram, then they're gonna go to my channel immediately and watch videos, and they're gonna figure things out. So I was very transparent with him. I don't really remember how it came up, but I'm pretty sure it came up the very first time we talked, because it's kind of like one of those first questions that you ask people when you're dating, like, what do you do for a living? When was your last relationship? Why did that end? Kind of things like that. So it definitely came up, and throughout the whole process of us dating, we always were very open with each other. I always made sure that he felt that he could ask me anything he wanted. I don't think it really bothered him. I think his only concerns was always making sure that I was okay, like that I felt comfortable still dating and anything like that. He didn't want to rush me into anything that I wasn't ready for, because at first I did make it clear to him that I didn't want to be in a relationship. Yeah, he was super understanding. I feel like things are only a big deal if you make it a big deal. So I guess because it wasn't such a big deal to me, like, to be open about it, it didn't really feel that heavy to anyone else. Another really great question: opening yourself up, breaking down the walls, and being available for someone else. Feeling scared to date someone because I think they would break my heart. Was it hard to open up to a new person? I went to therapy immediately after my first breakup, so that helped me tremendously. I will link a resource for you down below. It's called psychologytoday.com. But yeah, that helped me tremendously on healing and just working on my self-esteem and all of that. And I kind of went into dating just wanting to give everyone a clean slate. I don't think anyone deserves to be punished for the mistakes of anyone else from your past life. That being said, you also want to be aware. I feel like you learn from mistakes and you learn from previous relationships. So I was very clear on what things were important to me. I was very clear on what I wouldn't allow. I had very high standards for myself, and I just think you should stick to them. It doesn't have to be something heavy and like that you're always like very serious, but if you're not comfortable with something, you should be vocal about it, because you want to see if you can communicate with this person. Definitely think I had a guard up when I first started dating my boyfriend, and I think it was more of a subconscious guard. Like, I don't even think I was conscious that I was being so guarded. So it definitely took a little like chipping away at me to start talking a little bit more, but ultimately he just made me feel really comfortable, and I think that helped me to open up more and to let my guard down. And this is one of those things where time is just going to help you open up more. So the more time you spend with a person and the way they make you feel, like if they're being patient with you, if they're communicating really well, and they're making you feel good and you feel safe with them, that definitely helps to let your guard down. I think that yes, you can definitely in the back of your mind be nervous, like, oh my god, like I really don't want the same thing to happen to me again. I really don't want to get my heart broken again. But that's life and it could happen again. And I try to just live in this moment. So right now I'm very happy. I'm enjoying myself. I'm with someone that's just so amazing. So I want to enjoy that. And I think you owe it to yourself to enjoy the really good moments and try not to focus so much on the future, because we have no control over the future. The only person you have control over is yourself. So just be confident. And if you don't feel so confident, just fake it, girl. Sometimes you fake your confidence and all of a sudden you end up right where that confidence level is and you're like, when did I get here? But even if you're not feeling so confident, fake it, because let me tell you, you have every right to be confident and feel beautiful and feel strong and get everything that you want in life. Oh my god, when am I gonna let my guard down completely? When am I gonna open up to this person? Be patient with yourself, because it takes time to build trust and to get to know people. You'll know it in your heart when you can start to let your guard down. Hi, I'm sitting here editing the video. I just wanted to say one more thing about the whole being patient with yourself. I think a lot of the times we worry about, how am I gonna let my guard down? How will I trust someone again? I think what happens is when we get out of either really difficult relationships or we go through a really difficult breakup, what happens is we end up having trouble trusting ourselves, because when we're reflecting back, we're thinking, oh my god, how did I not see the signs, or how did I allow that to happen? So we go through this period where we're actually having difficulty trusting ourselves in future relationships. And you might not even be aware of it, but you're really scared, like, of yourself, of making the same mistakes again and not seeing signs early on. But trust me when I say is all you need is a little bit of patience with yourself. Be kind to yourself and you'll get there. I think the lesson you can take is to really trust your intuition, because we are super intuitive as women. So that's my advice, is to be patient with yourself as you learn to trust yourself again and trust your instincts, and enjoy the rest of the ride. Next up, how does Randy feel about your ex? I deal with jealousy with my current boyfriend about my baby daddy. He probably has exes as well, so how to move forward and not have retroactive jealousy and creep on their exes and social media. So I don't really think there's any jealousy with either of us. I think what helps jealousy is when you both communicate really well. I don't think I give him a reason to feel jealous over anyone else, and neither does he, so therefore that's not a problem with us. But with you said that you have a baby daddy, so that definitely can be a bit more tricky, because that person is a part of your life forever basically. So I think communication helps. If you can just ask him to tell you how he feels about it and why it is, what triggers his jealousy. Try to see where you can make him feel a little bit more comfortable and make it clear to your partner that there's nothing to be worried about. That can definitely help with jealousy. When it comes to like my current boyfriend's exes, I swear to you, I don't even give it a second thought, just because like I'm the one that's with him now. So to me, nobody else existed before me and no one else is gonna exist after me. Just act like they never existed. If they're not currently in their lives, then just act like that person never existed. You're the queen now, honey. You're the one that's here now, honey, so enjoy it. How was it introducing someone new to your family, and how long did you wait? How did your parents react to you dating again? Were they more protective? My parents are very protective now since my divorce. Don't want it to affect my new relationship. How did you tell your parents about your man? Latino parents can be so judgmental. Yes, girl. My parents were actually really excited for me to start dating again. I think they were a little bit worried at first. They just didn't want me to fall into a slump because I was super down in the beginning, but they were really excited for me to start dating again. I thought they were gonna be a lot more judgy and apprehensive, but everyone was really excited. And I think what helped was that my boyfriend is just so like, I wish like all of you could like meet him one-on-one, because he's just so amazing. Like when you meet him, there's something about him that everyone just instantly likes him. Like he's so kind and genuine. But I honestly feel like everyone felt how genuine he was and how compatible we were. And if you have parents that are kind of like feeling like they're suffocating you and they're being too judgmental, listen, pump the brakes with them. You have to set boundaries even with your family, because at the end of the day, they already lived their lives and made their choices, and you have to live yours now. And they're coming from a good place. They want to be protective, but also, you know, I'm sure that you're grown and you've learned from your mistakes, and you're going to go into future relationships with a different mindset and knowing so much more. So give yourself credit. You are going to make the right decisions, and just because something doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that you made the wrong choices. It's just life. That's what happens in life. But we still have to keep putting ourselves out there and being hopeful and having big hearts. How to date outside your typical douchebag, lol. Girl, you know how to stop dating douchebags? You have to like really pay attention to the details. See how they treat people around them. Like the way they speak about their ex speaks highly of them. The way they treat their family members, the way they speak about others, it says a lot about them. And you cannot be blinded by looks, because there are going to be times where you meet people that you just think like, oh my God, this person looks so good, he's so cute, he's so fine, he has an amazing job, blah, blah, blah. Listen, don't be blinded by that. You have to look beyond looks and make sure that people's characters and values align with yours. And that's how you avoid douchebags. What is something you are doing different in this relationship than in the past? This is our last question, you guys. I think what I'm doing differently in this relationship is like, I'm just not forgetting about myself. I'm still taking care of myself, putting myself first, doing the things that are important to me. Watching again, if you did not see part 1 to dating after heartbreak, I'm gonna have it listed down below for you guys. There's also a healing after heartbreak video that I filmed months ago over the summer. I really felt it in my heart to share this part of my life with you and to answer these questions, because I don't know, something was just calling me to do it, because there are so many of you who constantly to this day message me and ask for advice on dating and healing, and I want the best for all of you. I want all of you to feel empowered and love yourselves and start your journey of healing, because it really truly feels amazing and you deserve it. You deserve it for yourself to live a happy life and live a loved life, and you do not need someone else to make you feel loved and to make you feel confident. You have to provide those things for yourself. Once you do that, the person that comes into your life, they're gonna match that energy, because you're going to be exuding this confidence and this light. I just want all of you guys to have that, and I know that you all can have that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah.